I would like to remind everybody in this class the importance of what these classes are about. When I first studied with Rudy, one of the things I heard him talk about the most was how in this world people are spiritually undernourished. They need energy, they need Shakti, they need, a process which enables them to open the chakra system and to receive energy, to receive spiritual energy. That's what these classes are about. And they're also about the uniqueness of each person that attends these classes. It's nice, we all get together, even on Zoom, or, we used to have retreats and stuff like that. But we have to remember, that, we spend 24 hours a day with ourselves. There's nobody else in the world that we spend that amount of time with. And these classes are about getting the energy, getting the nourishment so that we can build our own independent connection with God. And I think that's the greatest thing you can do for any person who teaches some kind of spiritual work, getting your own independent connection with higher energy in the universe. Because ultimately, look, as I say, we spend 24 hours a day with ourselves. We spend, 8 hours a day with our family, a friend, this one, that job. And, but the one person we have to deal with all the time is us. And we are always telling us, excuse me a second. I have this idiotic clock that I don't know how to turn it on. Anyway, you have to realize that we spend 24 hours a day with ourselves. And we are a constant reminder how far we've come in our spiritual evolution. We have to learn to listen to ourselves as well as listen to other people and learn exactly what we need to do to grow every day. So what we're doing is building a chakra system that gives us a link to higher energy in the universe. That chakra system will work if we find inside us the capacity to develop it. Meditation is not a religion, it's not a cult, it's nothing, it's a craft. That's all it is. And if you look at it that way, it becomes possible to learn the craft and to use the craft to build an inner life that is strong enough to connect with higher energy in the universe. And there are no two people on the earth that energy will flow through the same way. We all have our own uniqueness, our own creative capacity. We all have to recognize this. And our job is developing the craft, building a chakra system that is strong enough to allow spiritual energy to flow through this. And, it's really, I always use the example of musicians and artists. And in order for them to really receive the creative flow and allow it, please try and sit still. But in order for them to receive the creative flow and allow it to manifest in their life, they spend years in school developing the craft. Becoming masters of the craft allows, higher energy to flow through us. And, it's one thing to create a piece of music. It's something extraordinary to do, what Bach did, what, Mozart did, Beethoven, et cetera, et cetera. I've been listening to Pergolesi lately, to some incredible recordings of, it's one thing to create those things, but it's another thing to transform life into a work of art, into something extraordinary. And the only way we can do that is by fixing the things that are obstructing it inside ourselves. So we have to learn to listen to ourselves, because in 24 hours a day, we are telling us what exactly we have to do, what exactly is necessary for us to work on inside, how to fix it, and how to grow, and overcome all the obstructions and obstacles that are keeping us from evolving to the highest level of what it means to be human and what it means to have a spiritual life. We are a consistent reminder. And never take yourself for granted, or anybody else for that matter. Because once you learn how to listen to yourself, you'll recognize that all of life is one's teacher. As I say all the time, life is the guru, not Stuart, not Swami this one, and Rabbi that one, and some priest. The guru is life. My job is to help people develop systems inside themselves so they can sit in front of the real guru, which is life. And I can tell you, learning this is one major step to opening the door that leads to spiritual enlightenment, leads to, a state of grace that connects one with higher energy in the universe. So please, everyone, try to work very deeply inside. Try to open inside and try to ask, for this higher power to come into you and to truly nurture you and to help you to overcome the things that are wrong, that are keeping you from connecting, and embracing this higher force in the universe. We'll have a meditation class. If anyone has a question, I'd be happy to try and answer.
When I'm meditating, I feel my body is warmer. Is that natural? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Getting warmer. My inside getting warmer.
Well, Kundalini is like fire.
Power.
Kundalini is fire. It burns all of the tension, the blocks. It warms up your system. I mean, in Tibet, they have an exercise where they sit out in the cold weather, snow, whatever, and they just do whatever meditation they practice to heat up the body and see if the body could just sit there. I don't suggest people do that, but it warms up the body. You'll feel heat.
Oh, them natural. Oh.
Yeah, Kundalini is like fire energy, So don't worry, that's a good thing, Natsuko. Don't worry. That's very nice. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, it's Paula.
Yes.
I wanted to thank you for today's lesson. Life is the guru, and letting the alarm continue and teaching us to focus despite the outside noise was infinitely valuable today. So thank you.
Yeah, well, it's been infinitely valuable since the beginning of time, frankly. I'll be honest, my feeling is that nobody really is a teacher until they have experienced this. You understand? Until they can defer to life as the guru and embrace life in all its dimensions, the internal life, the external life. You understand the things that happen that go right and wrong and all the other stuff that goes on in life. You can't really teach and be a vehicle for God's work until you can embrace that. I mean that. You can't really live in a quiet way and in a deep, secure way in yourself until you embrace life as the guru. This is such an important teaching that I got from Rudy. I've told you many times, I'm going out the door, not, just before I left for Denton, Texas, to run an ashram that he asked me to run. He said to me, if anyone ever asks you who the guru is, just tell them the guru is life. And I was like, I was a young kid. Look, and it was so above my head. It took me years to learn how important that teaching was. Years to just master myself so that I can embrace life and allow every single dimension of element of my life and your life and everybody to teach me what I have to do to continue to grow, to give me the capacity to go beyond all of the obstructions of myself. So I think this is a really important thing to learn. And I would think that, I get tired of saying it, because if you wear robes and do all that, yeah, it's fine. I have no problems with that kind of thing. But for a Swami or a Rishi or a Rinpoche, but the ultimate thing is we're here to train people to embrace the real teacher. That's what a teacher does, to train people to embrace the real guru, to get them strong enough to where they can open and allow life, the guru, to be the guru. That's what a real teacher does, not to just sit around and have people kiss your foot because you're wearing robes and you're holier than thou,
It was a wonderful lesson and demonstration in that. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. I hope learn it quick. It's so important.
It was amazing that I could still focus and felt the energy just as strong.
Yeah, I can't, all right. God bless you. That's what I'm here to teach you. It's the only thing I'm really here to teach. Really is, You get that, you've learned what you have to learn, and then you become a vehicle through which God can use you to serve in this strange world that we live in, Can't be used that way until one learns this. You're free enough inside to allow that energy to help you embrace life. And then whatever comes, you can deal with, it's your teacher. And all, Christ, Buddha, they always said this, Christ turned the other cheek. Who's going to throw the first stone? Who's going to sit in judgment of other people? This is such an important thing to learn. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And it applies not only in terms of spiritual practice, it implies in the day-to-day interaction with yourself and your family, with the people in your life, the jobs you go to, the work you do in your life. It just is a whole other dimension of realization in oneself. So it's not just, oh my God, when I meditate, life is, it's everything you do, because everything that we touch and taste and eat and smell and live around, it's sacred. It's God's manifestation on the earth. And our job is to build a system inside that is strong enough to allow life to be sacred, whatever it is. If the noise of trucks driving past, it's all part of life's education, You turn on the news and listen to all that madness that goes on. It's life's education. It's God teaching us. But you have to know how to be educated. And you don't get educated by fighting with the teacher. You get educated by opening and allow whatever the teacher has to teach you. Might not agree with it, so what? Doesn't matter. It's all Shakti and energy anyway. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Ask questions because just to remind people, especially those of you living in Brazil, that the clock changed today. So it went forward an hour. So you have to adjust your time in Brazil with the time that's right here on the East Coast of the United States. And, then people will come to class on time. Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask?
Stuart, Chikor,
Yes, Shakur.
can you talk about doing everything from a consciousness of unity,
From a consciousness that's what?
of unity consciousness?
How do you talk about that, Shakur? As you develop, I keep talking about this, as you develop an inner life, as you build a chakra system, as the hara gets stronger, the third chakra, the sexual energy is moving to the base of the spine, the heart opens, the mind gets quiet, and you live that way. The throat is open. You live that way every day. What you're doing is unifying your inner life. By unifying your inner life, you will find unity in the world. You're not going to find unity in the world by moving life around like it's pawns on a chessboard. Doesn't work. You got to fix what's inside. That really is the key to finding unity. And you'll never find unity if you're completely disorganized and chaotic in yourself. So it gets back to the most basic thing of all, learning the craft of this meditation, using it to build the entire chakra system, unifying, the Shiva Shakti, the yin yang, the male female principles in oneself, bringing them together, creating harmony in oneself. That's how you unify the world. That's why there's so much craziness in the world. Everybody's trying to fix what's out there. You can't fix you fix what's inside, and out there will get fixed. If you don't fix what's inside, it's always going to be an insane asylum we live in. And then our job is to get strong enough to be able to live in this world without allowing it to drive us crazy, to be able to go above it, to transcend it, to be able to see what's good in it and how every single aspect of it, again, becomes our teacher. So instead of sitting back on our gilded throne and judging life according to the way we feel it should be run, we allow it to become our teacher. And you can't do this unless you unify your entire inner life, the chakra system. And God bless Rudy, he gave us an exercise that can do this. It's a magical thing that he presented to us. I don't know what does this in the world. Develops a chakra system that's strong enough, to unify one's inner life and then to be able to live in harmony in the world. Because when you look out at life, you see a teacher, you don't see conflicting elements. You see what teaches you how to grow inside yourself. This is essential if we're going to just live in peace with ourselves. Forget spiritual enlightenment. Just to live every day and have peace inside, quiet inside, acceptance, self-worth. We are all children of God. And what disrupts this and makes the childhood neurotic is not God, it's us. We don't build a system that enables us to truly be children of God. Does anyone else have a question I'd like to ask? Okay. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you and to allowing this incredible, magical thing that's going on with this Zoom to really affect your life, my life, and help us all to grow. And certainly help us to build a deeper connection with higher energy. Bless you all. One other thing, if people want to hear these talks that I give, I don't say I give them, this energy that kind of flows through me. That's what gives these talks. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. You can tune into them, you can listen to them. I've gotten about 30 or 40 of them. I'm supposed to be making a book out of it. I haven't gotten around to that yet. Mostly because I swore to myself I'd never write another book. And now I have to overcome this thing that but I'll get around to it. So God bless you all. And I hope to see you all in your class tomorrow evening. And I hope to see you all in the class. And have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day. And bless you all.
Thank you,
Stuart.
Stuart.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice.